And I would also like to thank the government of France, the leadership of UNESCO, Director General Audrey Azoulay, as well as Stefania. Education inequalities have really created a very stark picture for all of us in the past year. And the future of this generation and the learners within our countries have really been affected, as many of our speakers have said. So let me just land on a couple of statistics that we are concerned about. In 2020, on average, schools closed twice as many days in low and middle income countries as in high income countries. Remote learning, which has been a lifeline for millions of school children, and access to technology and quality has been very uneven. Only a quarter of low and middle income countries have been able to develop truly operational digital learning policies compared to half of the high-income countries. And that's part of the reason why over 463 million students around the world were deprived of remote learning during the pandemic. In the digital divide, at least 200 million school children live in countries that remain unprepared to deploy remote learning in the future for emergency school closures. There is a wide variety of new actors that have come onto the scene, particularly in the private sector. This really is a once-in-a-generation opportunity for all of us. As the calls have been going out for change, it is that change that will let them leap ahead. So may I refer to two events that we have had. One is the launch of the Reimagine Education Initiative, which we do closely with UNESCO. And we, in this, are planning to reach, are putting in place the plans to reach 3.5 billion children and young people by the time of 2030. It's with world-class digital learning opportunities. And I see Alice Albright on the screen. GPE has been a major partner in this. Through GIGA and ITU, we've been mapping 1 million schools for connectivity. We connected thousands of schools to the internet and counting, but we have to improve digital skills. So let me close with just 3 asks. The first is that schools have been shown to be not the main drivers of the pandemic, and therefore we must prioritize reopening schools in every country. The Minister of Rwanda said it very eloquently. So that's number one. And it is for low-tech and no-tech environments. We must reopen schools. The second is better data and learning and skills. We need a full range of skills: foundational, transferable, digital, job-specific, and entrepreneurial. Minister Bianchi of Italy mentioned this, but we really have to close the data gap. So we need every country to measure these. And lastly, we need to ensure that education budgets are protected and increased. The General Secretary of Education International just mentioned it, but we have to be sure that we are protecting interventions and investments. Thank you very, very much.